Could you give me an example of how it will help a child?
Sure. How it would help a child is that there are so many different expenses that these families have to go through with their children. Like I said before, it could be anything from the medical expenses of having to go through the treatment. It could be the medication. It could be the special needs equipment like wheelchairs, wheelchair lifts, special vehicles, ramps for the home, different type of treatment as far as nurses, live-in nurses that help them through the day. So there's so many different expenses. So what the UCFL does is basically we look to, you know, reach out to these people with different types of programs that allow us to facilitate support. So how it works is we have different teams, football teams that are pro level that are assigned to each state. So in each state, like let's take Arizona for example, there will be 11 pro teams. You say, well, how are you going to do 11 pro teams in one state when we only have the Arizona Cardinals or the Rattlers? Okay, so look at it this way. What I want to do is I want to have 11 teams within the state. So Chandler, Arizona would have one. Phoenix, Arizona. Gilbert, Arizona. Yuma, Arizona. Scottsdale, Arizona. Avondale, Buckeye, you name it, they can have a branch. Similar to the YMCA. The YMCA already has those branches that are spread out across the United States, but they serve a different purpose. So it's definitely something that's doable. We also have a semi-pro market that's already out there. And in the semi-pro market, there are already semi-pro football teams that are representing different cities across the state. So if you look across the United States, there are already semi-pro markets that are already set up doing semi-pro, and these guys' biggest wish is to get to the pro level. So what we want to do is tap into that market, find the talent that we have, find people that are interested in helping other kids through the sport of professional football, and then engineering a professional league. Now, the way it's going to facilitate the support for these kids is we're going to have these guys who are playing football and the staff members run campaigns. So we have a campaign to support a young lady that's going through leukemia. And what we'll do is, we'll have fundraising, we'll have, ticket sales for the games, we'll have support programs that will allow us to do fundraising events, and we'll do those during the day. And then in the evening, these guys will go to practice, and they'll practice football for the support games. At the end of the campaign period, we'll run what we call a support bowl, similar to the Super Bowl. And in that Super Bowl, or Support Bowl as we call it, we'll be able to facilitate a large amount of people, a large amount of donations. And during the halftime show, we're going to bring out a family that we're trying to support and that child, and we're going to award them and help them with different things in their lives that they're having trouble with. So, for instance, we'll have them in the middle of the field during a halftime show, and we'll say, well, we heard, you're a single mom, you're working two jobs, your car's not doing so well, so it's hard for you to get your daughter to her treatments. And then sometimes you have to skip the treatments just because you can't afford them. So we want to introduce you to Bob Miller. Bob Miller is with Peoria Ford, and Bob Miller and the Ford family is willing to donate this brand new Ford Focus for you so that you can get your daughter to her treatments whenever you need to without worry. This is also Dr. John Adams from Banner Children's Health, and he works for the oncology department, and they are going to treat your daughter absolutely free. All cost is covered, along with your medication. These are little things that may seem small to us, but they're huge to these families. Being able to help them, provide them with a check that says we're going to pay your rent for a year. Having a talk with their boss or a conversation with their supervisors and getting them time off work paid so they can spend time helping their child who is going through this trying time and needs that family member. Those things are huge. So we want to get a unified community support behind this, and that's pretty much how it works. It's just us finding the campaign, finding the person that we need to help, and then delivering the programs that are going to provide the aid to help them kind of balance out this cost of living with the cost to live.
Now, what do you need to get the UCFL program started?
So this is the hard part, and it always is. To get the UCFL program started, I mean, we need money. We need a lot of money. You're talking about field costs. You're talking about the cost to set up different programs within the organization that do the assistance. You're talking about really heavy marketing. You're talking about um, team uniforms, team branding, uh, the cost of bringing on professional staff members. There's a lot involved with it. But what we've done is we've tried to break it down as simple as possible. The way we look at it is we're trying to raise anywhere from $1 million to $2 million. To be able to do that, we figured it out, and what we need to do is we need to reach out to 100,000 people. If we can get 100,000 people to not only like and view our video and our campaign, but to give anywhere from $10 to $20, we're going to hit that goal. So what we're asking is for people to reach in their pockets and understand that this is a huge dream and a huge undertaking, and it takes money to make something like this happen. But the traditional way to do it through investors, such as the NFL would do, they have investors that invest in the teams and then they give money back and they make an ROI. We don't have an ROI. There's no return on investment because this is not a regular for-profit company that is going to give you a profit. This is a non-profit company, so we have to do untraditional methods in order to make the money we need to get. So that's really what we need. We need people to reach in their pockets, find it in their hearts to understand what a big undertaking and a big dream this is, and to give us $10 or to give us $20. We know that it's hard, so what we've done is we've set up a benefit package for people. We want people to become what we call founding members. These are people that actually help with the support and growth of the company. They don't actually have to go in and do the day-to-day work, but they're founding members because they've helped us financially launch this project. So the founding members, what we're doing is we're trying to offer you a really good package. We want to give you inaugural season tickets. We're not like a traditional football league that's professional where they have a season. We actually run season to season, but we're a year-round league because cancer doesn't take a break or autism doesn't take a break. So neither does our league. We're always trying to help and always trying to support people. So it's going to run year-round. So during that year-round process, we're having games all year round. So our very first season is our inaugural season of launch, and we want to offer those people who help us inaugural season tickets. So you get to go to the games pretty much for free. Each one of those tickets is probably going to be anywhere from $300 to $100 some in value, and we're giving you that just for your donation of $10 to $20. On top of that, we want to also give you autographed signed jersey of a team. If you're not living in the state, we're going to scale this thing across the United States. So sooner or later, your team is going to show up in your state. And at that point, we can give you whatever jersey you want autographed. We'll give you an autographed signed football with the official seal of the UCFL and the autograph of the commissioner. We're also going to offer you 2 VIP passes to our unveiling. We're typically only going to provide that for the Arizona residents because this is the home of the UCFL. This is where it's going to be launched at. What that is basically the unveiling of the uniforms, the brand new uniforms. We're going to try to get Under Armour to get those things out and make them look amazing. If we can make that happen, that's going to be the most amazing fashion show you've probably ever seen. So it's 2 VIP tickets to that. You and a friend, you can sit down and watch how it's going to come out, the brand, the uniforms, everything. Also, we're going to give you 2 VIP tickets to the fundraising events. So what we're going to do is we want to have more than just football. We want to use our facility or whatever facility we decide to use, whether it be ASU Stadium or a stadium that's local to you or a pro football stadium. We want to have events that are going to make impact. So we're talking about country music events, R&B events, different type of concerts. We want to have a full house packed. So we want you to be able to have tickets to that, you and a friend, and you be able to meet the celebrities that host these things, that are kind enough to come and host and help us to raise money. The benefits of being a founding member, I can't put a price on that because you're helping to start something that's going to help so many kids that there's no actual value on that. But we don't want to go away without giving you something that lets you know that we do care about the 20 or $10 or $20 that you're giving us. So that's pretty much how that works.
And in return for helping you, what will the public receive?
So in return for everything that we've talked about, the tickets, the inaugural tickets, locking in a price is another thing that we're going to do for you. So after the inaugural season is over and we're having regular seasons after that, you're going to get your tickets at $30 no matter what. So everybody else will be paying, whatever the cost of the actual stadium seating is. Sometimes they're 30, sometimes they're 100, sometimes they're more than 100. Just really depends on where you're located in the stadium. So if you have premier seating, they're probably going to be higher than 30. But no matter where you sit as a founding member, you get the $30 ticket price. So it locks you in. On top of that, like I said, it's more than just receiving things. One of the biggest things that we want to offer you is the ability to meet the people that you're giving the money to. A part of the problem that we see in nonprofits today is the lack of transparency. People go on walks all the time to help with cancer research, and there's hundreds of thousands of people that do these walks, and there's walks all over the world. The problem with those is that you can only hope. You can only hope that money that you signed up with for that walk to do cancer research actually goes to cancer research. Sometimes there's a portion of it goes to operations. Sometimes there's just things that you can't see because of lack of transparency. Well, we want to alleviate that. Not only do we want to have the award giving right in the middle of the football field during halftime so you can see what your money is actually going to, but we want to create that transparency and trust between the public and ourselves by allowing them to meet the people that they actually give the money to help. We want them to know firsthand through a meet and greet that this person is appreciative and that money that they got and the things that they got actually went to their family and to them, and it's helping them and how much it's helped them. So that's one of the huge benefits that UCFL can offer in the transparency piece. Like I said, if we can get help from you guys to just help us out, reach in your pockets, find the caring and the love and the understanding to give $10 to $20 to this campaign, it's going to be amazing. You can follow us and you can donate at the campaign at www.gofundme.com/United Children's. I also have a link on the United Children's Facebook page, on our Twitter, as well as our Instagram. So, thank you for listening, and I hope that we can make this dream come true.